Hi everyone, David MacDonald here from Vitality Fitness Calgary. We're going to answer a question today that we get a lot and something that we hear a lot, and it's finally time to put this myth to rest, okay? And that question is, if you lift weights, will you get bigger muscles? Or if you lift weights, are you going to get bulky? Okay, it's probably the biggest myth that exists in our industry right now is the whole myth of if I lift weights, I'm going to get bulky, so I'm not going to lift weights. And we hear this, unfortunately, more from our female clientele than our male clientele. Okay, so the first thing we always got to look at is context, okay? Context of the question. If I lift weights, will I get bulky or will my muscles get bigger? That really depends. Okay, it really depends on several factors. Number one, it's going to depend on if you're a male or you're a female. Number two, it's going to depend on body type. Number three, it's going to depend on your nutrition and your eating. Number four, it's going to depend on your fitness level. Are you new to exercise? Are you advanced? Are you an intermediate trainee? Okay, all of these things play into this question. So the first thing we're going to look at is we're going to look at nutrition. Okay, and nutrition plays a big role in whether or not your muscles get bigger. Okay, you need to have more calories, or you need to be in a surplus of calories, okay, at the end of your day if your muscles are going to get bigger. Okay, so your body has to build muscle from something. Your body isn't going to build muscle, and your muscles aren't going to get bigger or bulkier just because. Your body has to take something, it has to use that, and it has to add to the muscle tissue and make it bigger. Okay, and that something is going to be calories or excess calories. So one of the things that we do hear a lot, like I said, from our female clients is, I'm getting bigger because I've been lifting weights, I feel my arms are bigger, I feel my thighs are bigger, my clothes don't fit anymore. One of the big things you got to look at is your nutrition. Okay, if you are eating less calories than you're burning, it is virtually impossible for you to build muscle, okay, and to get bulkier for your clothes to fit tighter. So the big thing you want to look at is, well, how much are you eating in a day? If you're eating more than you're burning and you're doing a lot of weight training, you're weight training 3 to 4 days a week, you're probably going to build some muscle and your clothes are probably going to fit bigger. But it's not the weight training itself that created that, it's the fact that you were lifting weights and you're also eating more calories than you're burning. Okay, that allows you to get bigger or bulkier. Okay, so context is very important. The other thing to look at is gender. So men, much easier for men to build muscle than women. Okay, men have more growth hormone, they have more testosterone, they have less estrogen. So hormonally, much easier for a guy to build muscle than a female. That's not saying that women can't build muscle, but it's much harder and it requires more effort and it requires a lot more strategy for a woman to build muscle than a guy. Okay, the other thing we want to look at in the big picture is going to be your fitness level. So if you've never weight trained before, you're brand new to exercise, you've never lifted a weight a day in your life, you're going to build some muscle. Okay, it's a new stimulus for your body. It's something that your body needs to adapt to. Okay, so you're going to adapt to weight training if you've never done it before by building some muscle. Okay, that is not a continuous process. That's not an indefinite process that happens within the first 6 to 8 weeks of working out. Very common when you start weight training that you're going to lose inches, but you're not necessarily going to lose scale weight. Okay, so your scale weight might actually remain the same, or you might actually increase even though your clothes size is dropping, because what's happening is you're building muscle and you're losing body fat at the same time. So that's another factor we want to consider. As we get more advanced with our training, as we've been working out for longer, we move into more of the intermediate and advanced trainee stage. Things like nutrition and the kind of weight training that you're doing are going to play a bigger role. Okay, it's going to play a bigger role in whether or not you continue to build muscle tissue. Okay, so this whole fear of lifting weights and getting bigger or getting bulkier, it's really dependent on the context. Okay, weight training is very important, especially if you want to lose fat. You want to continue to lose fat, you want to be able to maintain your goal weight, okay, because weight training is going to allow you to not only maintain, but increase your metabolism. Okay, so it's going to help to maintain your metabolic rate, which is very important as you age, okay, because typically we lose metabolism, or we lower our metabolism, or metabolism decreases as we get older because we're not as active, and we don't have as much muscle. We lose muscle as we age. So for that reason alone, you want to be weight training. But if you don't want to get bulky, you want to quote unquote tone, okay, the big thing you want to pay attention to is nutrition. How many calories you're eating in a day? How many calories you're burning in a day? Are you in a calorie surplus? Are you in a calorie deficit? Or are you at a calorie maintenance level? Okay, so that's going to play into this factor as well, is the amount of calories that you're eating in the run of a day. Okay, so again, lifting weights does not necessarily lead to bigger muscles. It depends on the context. What it will do is it will lead to stronger muscles. You will absolutely get stronger when you do more weight training, and if you lift more and if you lift heavier weights. Okay, that's just a natural adaptation our body is going to go through, but it's not necessarily going to lead to bigger muscles. So again, context is very important. If you guys want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, there's a link on the right-hand side. If there's a subscribe link, you can subscribe to our channel. Okay, the other thing that you can do is you can post questions. If you guys have any comments or questions on any of the videos we post, please post them below. Any and all feedback is welcome. Any questions are welcome. We can take those questions and create future videos from them if you guys want to post your questions. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys soon.